Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking right now with Indian Cowboy from Doc Sports. We're going to cover the Sunday night game. As always, Bears and San Francisco. Kind of a tough line. It scares me a little bit. We'll see what Indian Cowboy has to say about it. Indian Cowboy, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, Pete, of course.
All right, so tell us a little bit about what's going on with Doc Sports. I know last week you gave all the college games that weren't premium picks for free at your site, right?
Yeah, we sure did, and it was awesome. We did really well, and on your site, actually, we did pretty well too. I think
yes.
We went 2-0, and technically the Alabama game might have gone under 2, but it doesn't count because of what you mentioned about the lightning delay, which is true. But 2-0, we hit that Sunday night play with the Colts sneaking inside on that trap line, so that was nice. Last week in football, we went 4-0, perfect in college football. We had a big play on. We had a great prediction on Notre Dame to do well against, which was our 6-star against Michigan. They routed them 32-0. And our other big play was on Oregon and Colorado State, and all of that came through the over in Western Kentucky. So we went 4-2 for a winning football week. We'd like people to subscribe, and we're excited about going maybe 5-1 this week. So we'll see.
All right, Indian Cowboy from Doc Sports. Nice job. Well, let's see what you can tell us here for free about the Bears in San Francisco. San Francisco is a 7-point home favorite. The total is 48.5, and San Francisco rolled Dallas, but Dallas actually outgained them, and the Tony Romo shenanigans played a part in that. Chicago, though, looking like people were saying that maybe Jay Cutler was a new man this year. He had gained a little bit of maturity, but didn't show it in week one, that's for sure. Their defense also looks like it's going to be suspect again this year. But then again, San Francisco is a team with some issues. They have some issues in the secondary. 7 is a lot. Also, there are questions about the 2 top wide receivers for Chicago maybe being injured, although now I'm seeing that both of them are going to play. Will they be at 100%? I'm not exactly sure. Seems like there's a lot of unknowns and a big line here. So I'm confused. I'm scratching my head. What can you tell us about these lines, Indian Cowboy?
You're going to be surprised. Normally, on a Sunday night game, I love to fade the public, and that's just any weeknight game. It doesn't matter if it's Thursday night, like that BYU game that's going to come up on Thursday night. I'm definitely going to lean on Houston. Why not? Whenever 75% of the public is on there and everybody and their mother that's the only game on board. It doesn't matter if it's Alcorn State and Savannah State. Nobody cares. It's just you always want to fade the public, but this is going to be an exception because I think the Bears are so embarrassed from that Bills loss. Such a demoralizing loss for that team, and now they might go 0-2 to start the year. They're going to be an active dog in this way. And you know how I feel about active dogs. I think active dogs go over the posted total. They're going to get up for this game. But at the same time, I can't go against San Francisco, man. They just always have a way of showing up, and Jim Harbaugh always has a way of showing up for big games. So on the safe side, I like the over. The Bears to exceed expectations, to do well, but an indirect play on the Bears, but the over. And, we actually have it at 52.5, 53. And the public is actually on the under, which makes it perfect. So we actually like the over. And a couple things. The Bears are actually 12-3 in their last 15 road games to the over. And combine that with the 49ers being 9-3 in their last 12 versus a losing record to the over as well. So we actually like the over in this game.
That's what actually I was thinking a little bit. I have my note here, over, question mark, but then I say super high total, though, 48.5. We've seen these games where it's like, it looks like it's going to go over in the first half. It looks like it's on pace for like a 63 final score, but it's just you have to maintain that the whole game, and it slows down a little bit, and the final score winds up being like 46, 47, and you lose. It just makes me nervous taking these 48.5 type totals in the NFL, but you're not worried about that? You think that it's probably a better than 55% proposition or 53% proposition?
You bring up a good point because that Monday night totals were 46 on the Giants-Lions and 45 on San Diego, Arizona. So you're right. So this is a high total at 49. But that's exactly why I like. By the way, the Giants game went over and the Arizona game went under. That's exactly why I like the over, because out of all the games, why is this one the highest?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they don't make a mistake on that. So there's a reason why that's high, and that's why the public all wants to take the under.
Right.
And even when you take a look at Indianapolis-Denver, even that total was 55 for Indianapolis-Denver, or 53, sorry. So to see this total, it's going to be surprisingly high scoring. Everybody just thinks, all they think is, the Bears defense, the Niners defense. But what they don't realize is if Chicago can score an early couple scores, they're going to be an active dog. San Fran's going to love to run it up. Remember that old Atlanta versus San Fran game on the road? When Atlanta was horrible and they weren't going to the playoffs? It was last year or the year before, and that game went well over. That's what this reminds me of.
Indian Cowboy from Doc Sports. Very insightful analysis here. I can certainly see it. The only thing, that's the way I was feeling as well. The only thing that made me nervous was the high total. But yeah, maybe they're tempting the public in light of how the final scores were in week one to take a shot with the under. Usually the public likes to bet the overs on these Sunday night games. Public's on the under. Maybe the sharp play is the over. Currently the line is 48.5. Indian Cowboy from Doc Sports. Thanks so much.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.